I found a small, handwritten number hidden inside the hem of my favorite childhood blanket. When I finally called it, I discovered a secret that changed my view of my upbringing. I've carried a small, knitted blue blanket with me through every move since I was a baby. It's my most prized possession, a soft reminder of the home I grew up in. My parents always told me it was a gift from a distant relative who passed away shortly after I was born, so I treated it like a fragile piece of history. But last week, while I was carefully sewing a loose thread near the edge, I felt something hard tucked deep inside the fabric. I carefully snipped a tiny stitch and pulled out a small, laminated slip of paper. It had a phone number written in faded ink and a single sentence: "If you ever feel lost, just call." I stared at that number for 3 days. My heart was racing every time I picked up my phone. I felt a heavy sense of suspense, wondering if I was about to uncover something that would hurt my parents or reveal a past I wasn't ready for. Why would someone hide a number inside a baby blanket? Was I in danger? Was my family not who they said they were? The mystery felt like a dark cloud hanging over my apartment. I started to feel a strange distance from my parents, wondering if every story they told me about my childhood was just a carefully crafted lie. The suspense was suffocating, and I knew I couldn't move forward until I dialed those digits. Yesterday afternoon, I finally took a deep breath and hit the call button. The phone rang 4 times before a woman with a soft, trembling voice answered. I told her who I was and where I found the number. There was a long, heavy silence on the other end, and for a moment, I thought she had hung up. But then, she started to cry, not out of sadness, but out of pure relief. She didn't tell me a story of betrayal or crime. Instead, she revealed the most beautiful secret I could have imagined. The woman was a retired nurse who had worked in the neonatal ward where I was born. My parents had struggled for years to have a child, and when I finally arrived, they were so terrified of failing as parents that they were overwhelmed with anxiety. This nurse had seen their devotion and decided to tuck her personal number into my blanket, telling them she would be their silent guardian if they ever hit a breaking point. The real secret was that my parents did call her many times in the middle of the night during my first year, and she had coached them through every fever and every sleepless night for free. She hadn't stayed in touch because she wanted them to feel like they had done it all on their own. I realized then that my childhood wasn't built on lies, but on a massive circle of love that included a stranger who just wanted a young family to succeed. I didn't find a scandal. I found out that I was even more cared for than I ever knew.